up, everybody? This is
Yukage 9
and the Blowfish back at it again, doing a little bit more corrections talk, giving y'all the ins and outs of the correctional facility.
What you see, don't see.
Yeah,
when the camera's turned on.
Yeah.
That's. I feel like that's a really big thing too. It's like that's what I was just telling Blowfish. We went and got some more coffee. Is I've only watched maybe 2 or 3 prison documentaries that I would say are actually like 100% valid. And one of the scariest ones, by the way, is one in Russia. It's called The Black Dolphin. If you've ever seen that documentary on Netflix or just glanced at it, please go watch it. You want to see how a true penitentiary works? That place, that's what I was telling him. Let's say you go for like, it's something basic you go to jail for over here for like a couple weeks. You know, like 9-day probation or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
9-day turnaround.
Yeah, 9-day turnaround. Guards come get you out your cell. They're coming with Kalashnikovs, AK-47s pointed at your head to get you out that cell.
Now, whether you've done anything massive or not.
Whether you're a mass murderer or it was a outrageous speeding ticket, that like landed you some jail time. Like, they do not care. They do not show any favoritism. Like, they will come and they will get you out that cell. And you coming peacefully, otherwise you're gonna get shot.
Yeah.
No, we're getting a little bit off topic, but what I was getting back to was back, at the respect game, okay? For instance, I was telling Blowfish I was getting some coffee, which didn't go full detail because I want to save it extra for you guys.
Right. It's the first time I'm hearing it as well, so.
There was a cat that had, he was fixing to go home, and I had a lot of personal stuff stolen from him while I was asleep. Because,
they do that.
He knows, you get released at 12:01. You're released 1 minute after midnight.
Right, on the day, that is your release date.
On your release date, that is when you get released.
Yeah.
12:01, as soon as that day begins, that's when you're out the door. Bye.
Yeah.
All you gotta have is somebody pick you up and a driver's license. You gone.
Yeah.
Time served.
We've had people come pick them up and was sitting out in the parking lot smoking a blunt. In the parking lot of the prison. Like, put the guy in. But we can't tell, they had a license.
Yeah, you can't tell them no.
You can't tell them no. No.
The only time I've ever heard of where we actually told somebody no, they had to wait to come pick them up or get somebody else to come pick them up is because they were FUBAR and couldn't even walk inside the front double doors. That's how messed up they
were. They were stumbling everywhere.
I don't know how they drove up there because it was just them. And we were like, hey, don't go nowhere. Sit down. Here's some coffee. Do you have anybody else that can come get you or come get him? We can't legally let you leave with him because you're intoxicated.
And you can't let the inmate drive off the premises. They have to be picked up, and they can go a couple miles down the road and swap out.
Then,
but they can't drive.
They cannot legally drive off the premises.
Right.
But anyways, so this guy was ready to leave, and he had my shit stolen. Well, he comes up to the key and tells me about it, and I'm like, all right, dude, I'll come
This is
in.
right before he leaves?
Right, literally 2 hours before he leaves.
Oh, man.
It's like...
I wouldn't even care at that point.
It's 10 o'clock at night. Well,
unless it was personal stuff, I guess.
It was pictures and stuff, his daughter and stuff like that, and I get it, man. You don't want somebody else whacking into your daughter, because you know that's what they were going to do.
Oh, yeah.
And
especially if it was pictures of kids.
Well, my thing is his daughter was in her 20s, and she
right.
was pretty.
Yeah.
So you know why they took it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know why they took it. And so he didn't even really give a shit about the Zulus and the Wawas and all this.
Just his pictures.
He just wanted his personal shit. His pictures, man. That's all he cared about. And he had a couple of letters that come up missing. He wanted that.
Right.
And I was like, all right, we'll come in there and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
All right, so I walk in, and the dorm rep meets me at the door, Johnny. And I'm like, hey, Johnny, come here real quick, step in before you talk to me.
Yeah.
So he steps in, and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
This guy just had a bunch of stuff stolen from him. I don't want to know who done it. I'm not looking to take anybody down for this tonight. What I'm looking for is to get this man back what was taken. And he said, okay. I said, so I'm going to go in here, I'm going to make a little announcement, and I'm going to let you handle it from there. Mm-hmm. All right? And that's where the respect comes in. I still got to do my job, but I can also let you as a dorm rep handle the situation.
Right.
Probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in prison. So we walk in.
It's you and a couple of guards?
It's just me.
Oh, just you?
It's literally just me. Nobody else would come down there to help
You and Johnny?
Yeah, it's just me and Johnny.
Yeah.
And 101 other inmates. Yeah. Because don't forget Johnny's an inmate too.
Right.
He's a dorm rep, but he's still an inmate.
He's not a trustee, he just gets a little bit more
he gets a little more freedom.
Yeah.
And think of him as like a consultant for all.
Well, he has final say over the dorm.
Pretty much.
When it comes down to it, he's got final say.
Yeah. Like the leader of the gang, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And so I go in there and I stand up on the picture table. Because that's the best way to get everybody to stand.
Right. Well, you're standing above 100.
Everybody can see you.
Right.
So I stand up there and I'm like, all right, guys, here's the situation. Mr. Blah Blah had some stuff stolen from him. unless you want me to come in here and
tear everybody's
shit up, like, you better start giving them shit back. So I turned around and I said, I don't care who done it, who took it. I said, this is your one and only chance to give me stuff back, and I won't put you down or take you down and lock you.
Yeah.
So I turned around. Everybody thought that all the COs that were in the thing were like, "Are you fucking crazy? Turn your back on."
Yeah,
I'm like, they get me whether my back's turned
right.
or not.
There's 100 of them. Like,
Yeah. It's a respect thing. I'm showing them I'm gonna trust them enough to actually give them the shit back.
Giving them a chance.
Yeah. I waited about 20 seconds. I heard nobody moving. So I said, I don't hear nobody moving. Y'all best get moving, or I'm about to call down the goon squad, and we're about to come and start tearing shit up. And it's almost midnight at this point, because we've been, been talking about it for a minute. Think about the best way to handle it.
Right.
Because that kind of had a really cool lieutenant, and that's how, to me, that's how you're supposed to police a dorm. So after I tell you, I don't hear nobody moving around, I don't hear shit come back to the guy, because he's been complaining the whole time, man, just give my stuff back, I don't even care about it, blah, 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 all this other stuff. Johnny screams out, he says, hey, Pete, he finna bring that squad in here, you know they gonna tear this shit up. He says, now either y'all start giving this man his shit back, or I'm finna get my shank out and start tearing motherfuckers up. When I tell you shit started flying towards the front of that dorm, dude, there were soups, pictures, letters, everything started coming towards the front of that dorm. Nobody fucked with him, man. I'm telling you, nobody.
They were giving him stuff that wasn't even his. Just whatever you want, just take it so he don't...
I'm putting a little bit in perspective for you folks, how bad this man was. And, I told him flat out after meeting him the first time. He was like, because, you talk about these things with inmates, because they're always trying you. It's always a test.
Trying to press the button.
They're always trying to test you. Yeah. So what you do if I decide to get on you, Sarge? What if I decide to just tear a hole in your ass today? I told he was the one guy I've ever told up there. I said, you got that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stop.
What am I going to do?
If it's just me, and I don't even feel comfortable with a taser.
Right.
Trying to take you on.
Right.
Like, it's going to be me and
if you
probably 12 other officers
me.
coming in after you. I've
literally banana hands on him.
Dude, I've literally seen that man fight, standing up, fist fight, 5 different guys, and knock every one of them out.
And probably never moved, just like...
They moved around. He was bobbing and weaving and stuff. And he got hit. He had black eyes and stuff. But I can honestly say that didn't
he was still standing.
Yeah, he was still standing at the end of it. He was the only one that was standing.
Well,
he was what you would call a one-hitter quitter, for sure. Like, if he hit somebody, you heard it. Pow! You knew what happened. And just, shit. And but the thing is Johnny never got out of line. He got out of line with somebody, but they got out of line.
Right.
And that's what made him a good dorm rep. There was a lady that used to wear the key, and we all called her mom. She was just like a second mom.
Right.
She'd cook for us every night, bring us food. She always talked to us and listened to us. Really good woman. But she was older. She's probably getting closer to 70s now, but she was probably like her.
She was everybody's grandma. Yeah, she was everybody's.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much she's G-mom, all right? Well, this inmate was rude to her one day. Before I could, I stood up and was like, I'm fucking coming for you.
Yeah.
Because, you don't talk about her that way.
Right.
You say what you want about any other male deputy over here. Don't you talk about moms that way.
Right.
So I stood up and was like, I'm coming for you. Before I could get the door open to the dorm, Johnny had this guy picked up with one hand, and he literally has him off the ground like from a movie. It literally looked from a movie.
Against the window of the key?
Against the window of the key, and this cat is turning fucking purple. Like he is killing him. And he ain't saying shit. He's just looking at him, choking him. And I go, Johnny, put him down. Johnny, put him down. I can't make him.
Right.
I can't. I tried. I literally grabbed his arm and tried. Like, I weighed 125 pounds.
Right.
He plays with 500 pounds on the yard.
Yeah. He
I went doing nothing.
Lift you up like this.
And eventually got to the point where I was like, Johnny,
please.
Put him down.
Yeah.
Put him down, Johnny. You're going to kill him. Johnny, think about it. Put him down.
Yeah.
And he finally dropped him. And I mean, when he dropped him, the cat just went...
He just collapsed.
And he passed out, yeah. He was still alive, though.
Wow.
And Johnny said, get him out of here, Sarge. I said, you got that. We went back to shit up and put him in the lockdown cell. But that right there is the type of, I guess you would say, chivalry that you don't see in the real world, but it still does exist.
Well, I mean, you got stuff like that, and that's what makes a good dorm rep. Is there's a bunch of younger guys that go to jail, and they still got that oomph about them, and they just want to act hard and try
the
to.
OGs will tell you they don't know how to do time.
Right. Right.
There's people that know how to do time, and then there's people that don't know how to do time. People that don't know how to do time have never done time.
Well, the first go-round people come in, and their whole mentality of doing time is stuff they've seen off movies.
Yeah, fuck the free world, fuck the police and all
stuff
that.
they've seen off movies.
You say that all day, that don't affect me. I've had guys cuss me for 6-7 hours just staring at me, and I'm just laughing at them like, you can say what you want, dude, I don't care.
I've been hit with glass before because I had my face against the window, and I punched it, and it busted the glass and the wire mesh out of the window.
Oh yeah, and don't believe that bulletproof glass is really bulletproof.
Oh no,
it's not.
No. I mean, it's very breakable.
It's very strong, but yeah, it's still very much breakable.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna hurt themselves doing
and
it.
The glass is about 2 to 3 inches thick. Like,
Yeah.
it's legit bulletproof glass, but I've seen it shattered.
Mm-hmm.
And a grown man hit it with his bare hand.
Yeah.
And see, I will say that drugs are a big problem in a
Oh,
lot
for
of
sure.
correctional facilities. Just simply because you got a guy that's all hopped up on meth or angel dust or cocaine or anything like that. First of all, and I've seen this hundreds of times, the inmates are finna come tell you what's going on because this guy's a risk.
Right.
Not only
He's
for
not in his right mind.
himself, for everybody else. He is not okay. He is not doing all right. I've seen some people say some dumb shit and do some dumb shit on drugs.
And some of the people may call you a fucking rat for coming up and trying to, call this guy out for being messed up or whatever, because his friend may have worked hard to get those drugs in there, but obviously this guy's couldn't handle it and far out his mind and is causing.
He's a risk. He's gonna hurt somebody because one of the best instances is we had a guy one day. All right, we're going around doing our morning dorm check. Every morning we'd go in and make sure everything was clean, looked good, everybody looks presentable for the day in case we had any visitors.
Everybody set up on the rack.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna be up and awake, and good morning, sir, and all that good jazz.
Right.
And and we rarely had problems during morning inspection, but we walked into.
That's what we do, or that's what you do every morning. You have to do morning inspection to make sure everybody's accounted for, and
if one person messes up, the whole dorm is fucked for the day. They don't get no yard, they don't get no store, commissary, nothing.
Yeah, take it all away.
And then I'm tell you what, you're going right back in there in a couple minutes to get that guy back out.
Yep.
He is telling you, I'm afraid for my life.
Yeah,
I bet you are. He's pissed off.
Either he's afraid for his life, or you're taking him out, going to medical. Yeah, one of the two. And God forbid he may end up going to the hospital.
We all walked in one day, and this guy, as soon as you walked in, he's the first guy you see. He's up on the top bunk. It's just 2-tier bunks.
Right.
Guy on top, guy on bottom. This guy's flashed smooth the hell out. He is gone. Cheese slid off his cracker. He was just like, I need Jesus. You need Jesus. We all need Jesus. He is screaming at the top of his lungs.
And this is in the morning?
Yeah. Like 6 o'clock in the morning. We're doing morning inspection. It ain't like we're getting ready to do it. We're doing it. We walked in to inspect. So dorm rep, he's at the front door and he's like, I don't know if you can't tell what's going on, but he needs to get out of here.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, what did he do? He's like, this cat never did that. He was always quiet. He never did anything like this.
Yeah.
And like, it's really out of character. And people, humans are creatures of habit. It's a bit different if he bucked every day and said, started talking crap to us. But like, this wasn't this guy. And he was an old guy. He was like 55.
Yeah.
He was an old school cat.
Yeah.
What it was, he got a hold of some drugs that was up in there, and it was some bath salts, and it fucking melted him.
Oh,
it literally did. It melted his brain. He was never right after that again. Never. He was like that until he got shipped away. And he would just scream at you, be like, you need Jesus! I need Jesus!
Just over the top, all the time.
Dude, 24/7 yelling.
Wow.
It's like watching Macho Man Randy Savage. Except for it's not a gimmick, that's just his life.
right. He's just melted.
Yeah.
Well, that's like one night, we're on shift, and everything's cool, calm, collected. All of a sudden, we get a call down to B dorm. We go in there, and there's a guy, where the toilets and everything was, had that little wall there, and had the black trash can. And he's standing over the black trash can, he's holding on to it, he's throwing up. But the whole time he's throwing up, he's like jerking.
Oh, he's having a seizure.
Yeah, and we walk up, and he's standing up. He's just like, just jerking, holding the trash can, throwing up. And walk in, and we're like, what's going on? What's going on? He's like, I think it was just some bad food, Sarge. It was just some bad food. I've been throwing up all day. He got a hold of some bad legal. He got a hold of some synthetic marijuana, and somehow in there, and it fucking, it messed him up. We put him out in the hall, and the lieutenant at the time was sitting there talking to him, and he was like, what are you on? He's like, I'm not on nothing. The lieutenant's in his face like, I know it was you. You and about 3 other people, y'all were in there doing that stuff. Y'all let my chicken loose. Everybody was just, blah, 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 and just kept on and kept on. And the guy, he just randomly would throw in, you let my chicken loose. And, just kind of fuck with this guy.
Well, you gotta have fun where you can.
This dude had been trouble. Had obviously been in and out of lockdown.
There was a guy who used to be on one of those 6. He gave me a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Always did. Every time you see him on the hall, he'd be like, he'd start banging on the door. Just because, he didn't have nothing else better to do.
Right.
But then to fuck with me. I get it. I just blew that shit off. Well, one day, I'm kind of having a good day. Everything's going pretty good. He decided to start fucking with me. And he's like, he starts banging on the door. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me actually go talk to this cat today. Let me see if we can't get him to calm down.
Right.
So I'll go over there and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? You alright? And he's just like, Sarge, I've counted all the bricks in here. And I hit him with some Monte Carlo shit. I was like, but have you named them yet?
Oh.
And I closed the flap and just walked away. And I just literally hear him go, like this guy starts freaking out, man. And like, I can't help but laugh. I can't.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, you're obviously trying to get a rise out of me, and it's not working, and now I just flipped the script
That's
on
right. Because like, in your whole mind, like everything.
His whole
you're
mind
trying
just
to
went,
do. Yeah.
it just blew out
Yeah.
in South Field.
Oh, see, that's like when all that stuff was going down in I-dorm, and all that stuff went down with my pops and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When all that stuff went down, after everything was said and done, there was a guy on 115. Now, he was a lifer. He was waiting to get shipped. Yeah, big, huge black guy. Nice as, just cool as a fan. He, matter of fact, he ended up going to court, and right before he found out, he had got life. Dude was cool cat, man. I mean, I talked to this guy every single day. And once he found out that he was getting life, he knocked on the door one day. I was running chow. He's like, "Hey, Sarge." He said, "I just need to get out, and I just need to talk." I was like, "All right, man, I got you." I said, "Let me get on running chow, and I'll get you out of there." He's like, "All right, man, all right, cool." So we're getting on running chow. Everything's cool. The hall's clear. We clear count and all that good stuff. And 115 was right there at the foyer of C Hall.
Yeah. That's right there where the honor weight pile is.
Yeah. Well, that's what I done. I talked to the lieutenant, and I was like, "Look, man," I said, "Hey,
this cat's
yeah. He just got life. You know what I mean? So literally, he just found out his whole life is over. Now, anybody that knows anything about corrections, that can be a risk because you don't know what their emotional state is.
You don't know what he's capable of.
Yeah, you don't know what they're. And this guy, he was probably 6'5", pushing 400 pounds.
Oh, he could easily kill you.
Oh yeah, if he wanted to. But I told him, I was like, "Look, dude," I talked to him for a minute. I talked to the lieutenant. I took him out of the weight yard, and I took him out of the lockdown cell, walked around the corner, sat on the weight yard. I gave him a cigarette. We sat out. We smoked a couple cigarettes back and forth, and just kind of let him vent. You know what I mean?
That's really all he wanted.
Yeah. He just wanted somebody that he needed to get out of that box. You know what I mean? And Lord knows the man needed a cigarette. After finding something like that out, I'm not 100% sure what he done or how he ended up with life, but I know in any situation, if you're given life, there's not much that's going to really pick your morale up.
No.
But
it's like I knew a cat that he was a trustee up there, and me and this guy got along very well.
Yeah.
And he was really intelligent, and like it was one of those things like you couldn't believe the crime that he committed. He was very articulate, but he had robbed a convenience store with a gun. And when you do that with
big guy,
he wasn't too big. He was maybe our size, but he was swole. He was big. Yeah, he was big cut up.
Yeah.
But he was also like 45, I think. But he was one of those cats. He was in so good a shape you couldn't even tell he was 45.
Right.
He looked like he was 28.
Right.
But to be somebody who was so big and so strong and so threatening, he was so nice and so, like I said, he was so intelligent. He really was. He's a very smart cat.
Well, he probably just spent all his time in jail just working out, just bored and working out.
Working out, reading books.
Yeah.
Just getting knowledge. And we were talking one day.
That's a good thing to do. That's perfect, prison logic right there. I mean,
a lot of times in corrections, there's nobody else that's really going to help you. So you have to try to start helping yourself, and
that's why they have law books and stuff up there. A lot of people have got themselves off of a bunch of stuff strictly because they, instead of taking that time to joust with everybody and bullshit with everybody, they took that time to sit back and read and understand
the law,
the ins and outs of the law,
and why they got locked up, and they find a loophole.
Yep.
And then there's something they can get to get them out. There's a cat that when he was up there, he made All Man, and like he used to work with my grandpa and stuff. Like I didn't know him per se, but like once I got to talking to him, like I could tell he really, my grandpa was a really nice guy. He was a preacher, and like he gave his shirt off his back, and like I could tell from talking to him just for like 10-20 minutes that he really thought the world of my grandpa.
Yeah.
And once he found out, like I said, because everybody knows, well, he found out who he was. He's like, "Man, I know it's your grandpa." Man, tell him I said, "Hey." And I told him, I was like, "Well, man, he passed away a couple years ago."
Yeah.
And he's like, no, he started crying. He was floored by it. He was
well,
like, "Man," he's like, "You don't realize." He's like, "I knew your grandpa." He's like, "I worked with him every day."
Well, you see people like that, and your grandpa was a really good guy, and if your grandpa saw good in somebody and long enough to work with them, then he was a genuine good guy.
Good guy. He just got caught up on bad rap.
Exactly.
Well, we started talking about his case after we got to know each other, and they started, hey, what's going on, man?
Which that's rare, by the way.
Yeah,
is talking to people about their case.
They hardly ever talk about it.
They hardly ever talk about it because nobody wants to know what the other person doing.
Because that's usually what gets you fucked up.
Exactly.
Like if somebody finds out you were a rapist or a pedophile or a thief, like
you're dead.
You're dead. They're gonna kill you.
You're good as dead.
You're good as dead.
Like you're going in PC.
Yeah, you're gonna be on PC the rest of your jail time, which just means you're gonna be in a 6x9 cell by yourself with nobody else.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah, you're gonna eat, sleep, breathe, and shit all in that little box.
And that's literally your life for the rest of your term in there. But we got to actually talking about his case because I was like, man, you don't seem like the type of guy that would be in here for something like that. Especially my grandpa thought so highly of you. Well, it come to find out, the only thing they had on him in a court case, which was settled here, which I won't say where we're at, but it was settled here locally. Basically, the only thing they had on this guy was word of mouth.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, have you talked to LA? Which that was we called him LA, but he was basically the inmate attorney up there. He was the guy who fought for him.
Good guy.
Yeah,
great guy.
Really good guy, down to earth.
Yeah.
Got caught up on some bad charges. To be honest, if I was put in his case, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you ever know actually what his charge was?
No, I knew him and I talked to him, but we never got really.
Somebody, I won't say who just because it's a sensitive case. I won't really say what happened. But somebody hurt somebody in his family, and he went out for retribution. But anyways, so I tell the guy, I'm like, well, man, you need to take this to a higher court system. I was like, you need to get it out of this parish or this county. You can't.
Yeah.
That's why you're not winning. That's why he was doing like 25 to life.
Right.
And he was still a fairly young man.
Yeah.
I know. I say he's probably in his 40s, but so I told him about that, and it was probably, he's one of the few people I honestly say I helped while I was up there. He actually did. He listened to me, and he went and talked to LA about it. They got the paperwork lined out, and he put it before the judicial court system, which was the Supreme Court. He got out in like 2 years.
Balls. That's amazing.
But that's like I said though. That's the dirtiness, like I should say, the crookedness.
Small town
politics. That's literally what it comes down to. So you know and who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I was saying a minute ago, when I took that guy that had life, I took him outside to smoke, and we were just, bullshitting back and forth. I gave him a couple of cigarettes, letting him vent and all that, and I kind of gave him the rundown on what happened with my pops and everything. And he was like, "Just give me some names, man. Just give me some names." He said, "I got you."
He ain't done it.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Because he ain't got enough to live for.
Exactly. And I was like, "No,
you were the only person that probably even showed him any kindness."
I was, because everybody else would go by, they lift the flap, tell him exactly what he wanted to hear, and then close it, and then go on about their day and forget.
That's literally 80% of the job up there. You're just telling people what they want to hear.
Yeah.
I wasn't like that. I would tell you yes. If I told somebody yes up there, it was gonna happen. I don't care if they got me in trouble or not.
Right.
Like if you needed some help and it was legit, you needed help, I'm just gonna fucking help you.
Well, yeah, that's your job.
That is my job.
Yeah.
Like this guy one day, I actually did get in some shit for this. It's like the first time I was working there. Not in too much trouble, but I actually did get in some trouble for it. His brother had passed away, but it was like due to gang violence. So sad to say, like he lost his life in the game. Yeah. And the guy was devastated because he said he felt like it was his fault because he was in the same gang. He felt like that's why his brother had come into it.
Yeah, like he pulled him in.
He felt really responsible for it. And he was like, I just want to call my mom and tell her I'm sorry. Yeah. And he couldn't get nobody to let him call his mom. So I waited until after chow. Everything got cleared. Count got cleared.
Office?
I didn't even call, nothing. I took him straight down there. I dialed the number myself and let him talk to him. I got in a lot of trouble for that. But I felt like I had done the right thing.
Well, yeah.
I didn't like I just let him stay on the phone for hours.
Right.
I gave him 5 minutes is what they normally allow.
Yeah.
And he got to say his piece. And I could tell by the look in his eyes that meant the world to him.
Oh, God, yeah.
Just to hear his mom.
Well, I mean...
Like, he started crying as soon as he heard her voice.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, I couldn't imagine one of my siblings, something like that happening, and if you
put yourself in their shoes.
Well, if you hadn't let him call, he would sit in there. He probably would have ended up, like,
hurt himself or somebody else.
Exactly. Just out of pure...
helplessness.
Yeah.
You can't... I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if they have a family member that passes away in there, you are literally the last person to know if you're an inmate at that facility.
Yeah.
Or any facility. You're the last person to know.
Yeah.
And you're not even guaranteed to go to the funeral.
No.
And that's what the real kicker is. That's the fucking kick in the face right there.
Yeah.
It's like you can't.
You got to do a lot of paperwork to even go. And when people get booked in, they're given a list. And it's got like 5 or 6 little slots on it. And that is what you put as your immediate family. Yeah.
And if their name's not on there and they pass away, you can't go there.
If you just happen, you're in shock going to jail anyway. So you're just filling out paperwork, just trying to wrap your mind around everything going on. And if you happen to forget a brother or a sister or a grandma or
grandpa, uncle, aunt,
whatever.
Like immediate family.
Yeah, immediate family.
A kid that you have, or your mom or dad, like it's. And I've seen a lot of times where those guys just be like, "Oh man, I can't even think about this right now." And I'm like, you have to tell them right there because you're legally obliged to, obligated to tell them.
Yeah,
man. I'm going to tell you as simple as I can. The first thing I said, if their name is not on here, you will not go to that funeral.
That's it.
And there's nothing we can do to help you after that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the guys, about 70% of the time, they would actually, after I said that, they go, all right. They would actually sit there and think about it at the end and actually start putting people down. But it's like you said, you got people that are U-timers.
Yeah, yeah.
They never did time. They don't know what to expect. Right. They're not expecting their family to pass away. Because I've had guys tell me, oh, they're going to be in here like, I'm only here for like 2 years. And I'm gonna get
a lot can happen in 2 years.
Damn right it can. A lot can happen in just one day.
Right.
Specific case, I told a guy that, he was a new timer, and he said, oh man, I'm not worried about it, anybody got to die. His wife, and I want to say it was either his son or his daughter, man. I can't remember. It was really sad.
They
got in a car wreck and died. And he only had 1 kid left, and they wouldn't let him go to the funeral.
Oh my God.
And he was fucking devastated. That killed him. And I sympathize with that because I have kids in the family. Man, it's a lot. Too, because we've lost a really close friend, and I won't say that it's worse losing a friend over a family, but for somebody the same age
our
as
friends
us,
are our family.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. If you're a friend, you're bro, you're family. I call you bro for a reason.
Yeah, right.
Or sis, whatever. You're that for a reason.
Yeah. You earn that.
Yeah, that's not something you just get the first day.
Exactly.
I call a lot of people bro.
Yeah, that's just habit.
But I mean, it's just because I do have a big family. I think.
Well, it's one of those things. You call people bro and sis and all that kind of stuff, and it's very few though that at the drop of a hat, no matter what,
anything for them.
Yeah.
No matter what it was.
One phone call, whether you broke down on the side of the road, whether you got some issues at home, whatever the case may be. I mean,
that's like for example, folks. One of our really close friends we went to high school with. He lives a different life now, and we don't. And what I mean by different life, he lives a better life. He finally got out of I would say a bad relationship, and is starting to do really good for himself. And we don't get to see him a lot, and it hurts. It does. It hurts. But I don't hold it against him.
No, because
and if that man called me right now in the middle of this podcast, we'd both. Sorry, we gotta go, folks. Bye. We got something we gotta go handle.
That's it.
Don't care what it is.
That's it.
I got it because you're family for life. If I called you brother or sister once, that means you got that title.
That's right. You've worked and earned that.
Yeah, it's a respect. And I think
there's a lot of people in prison like that, man. You get people like you said, some of the newer cats that don't have money on their books and don't have family on the outside.
They have no idea how this whole machine works.
Well, they get some of the older cats that come in, and the older cats take them under their wing.
They do. They take them under their wing and teach them how to do time.
Right. Teach them how to do time. Teach them how to just how to not rock the boat. How to not stir shit and all that kind of stuff.
Not putting the steering wheel in somebody's back and driving.
Exactly. And maybe hook them up with if they have a cigarette, or if they happen to have some extra
coffee,
or just whatever. Try to make their stay a little bit easier. And those people right there, you never forget that kind of stuff.
No, you never forget.
Yeah, you never forget that kind of stuff. And even when you get out, if you saw them on the street, you're still going to be like, my people.
Yeah. What's up, my dude?
That's it.
My bro.
Yeah, and it gets to a point to where you don't have any family on the outside that's helping you while you're inside. But this cat over here that you've made really good friends with, basically brother, whatever, father figure, whatever the case may be, and their family starts helping you out because you're like, hey, I got a little bro in here, and
he needs some help.
Yeah, he needs some help. Whatever. Basically, it gets to a point to where you watch my back, I watch yours, and if they put $25 on or $30 on my book, 15 of it's yours, 15 of it's mine.
Yeah, it's our book.
It's our book.
It's our common sense.
Yeah, right.
And it would be a lot of guys that and also the anything from commissary they get, whether it be coffee or soup, snack cakes, that's all currency in there.
Oh, for sure.
Then that's basically that man giving you money.
Yeah.
If he, you know, like for another man to come up and be like, hey, take this, don't worry about giving it back.
Well, I mean, I've seen multiple people give the last 5 minutes on their phone card
To somebody else.
Yeah, to somebody else, strictly because they had some family issues going on.
Something come up,
Yes.
and something serious happened, and they're just devastated and don't know what to do because they can't call. The guy's like, hey man, here.
Yeah. You
Just-
got 5
yeah.
minutes on the phone.
Sorry,
say
can't
your
be
piece.
more, but yeah, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's where respect is earned when it's, you know, and that's when it's given. And you know, that's a lot of thing with like I said, with between COs and inmates. It's like if you watch any other facility and you watch like a real documentary on a place, you can tell where the respect is given and where it's not. For instance, we used to have some cats, and I know you know, there's 2 types of guards, folks. There's the guy that's going to hold the door, and then there's the guy that's going to run in. And that's the only 2. That's the only 2 options you got to be in a CO. Either you're going to be the guy that holds the door, or you're going to be the guy that runs in.
If you are the guy that holds the door, you're gonna get some shit after
Ridiculed.
Yeah.
Ridiculed.
Yeah.
As small as I am, I was never the guy that held the door.
No.
There was a cat.
I may have opened the door. I may have been the first one in.
I ain't holding it.
Yeah, but I ain't holding it. You're gonna have to catch it yourself.
Like I was always the first one on the scene because I was the smallest.
Right.
I was the fastest one, so I was never the guy that held the door. I was always the one. I'm first
In
one
there.
in the door, and like you literally
You
got
got a split
seconds.
second,
Yeah, you
yeah.
literally got a second to 2 seconds to figure out what's going on and handle it before it gets any worse.
Right.
We had an incident though one day where this guy, like I said, man, he was probably like 6'5", 6'6", 380 pounds. He looked like a biker. Had a
Yeah.
big beard, tattooed up muscle, like he was jacked. He wasn't fat, he was jacked.
Yeah.
Literally the biggest pussy I ever met in my life. He was always the guy that held the door. Always the guy that held the door. Everybody used to make fun of him. They were like, you know, Kevin Walton would just run in there, right? And the cat that's holding the door. And I just always back there. Like, I didn't gotta say anything. I'm just gonna smile. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like, they're not lying.
Right.
I mean, I was the smallest guy on shift, so the only other person that could keep up with me, and I could barely keep up with him, and put it that way, was Bud. That man can haul ass.
I know.
Yeah, he
I
can
know.
move his feet.
Oh, I know.
And
I've seen Boog take off.
even though I'm older than him, the joke back in the day when we worked down in prison, we were the goon squad back then, he was daddy and I was junior. Because he was always first and I was second on the
That's
team.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. We'll be right back, folks. This has been
You can call it 89.
And the Blowfish. Catch you more on Corrections in a minute.